Good morning, dear children. I hope you all are fine. Welcome you again to the Google Classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. So, dear students, today we will be discussing a new chapter, lesson number 12, friction. In the previous lesson, we have discussed about different types of forces. We have learned about contact force and non-contact force. We have also learned about friction, which is an example of contact force. So in this chapter, we will be discussing about friction. What is friction? Friction is the force that opposes the motion of an object.
You might have seen a driver of a car or a truck slowing down the vehicle at a traffic signal. You too slow down your bicycle whenever needed by applying brakes. Have you ever thought why a vehicle slows down when brakes are applied? Not only vehicles, any object moving over the surface of another object slows down when no external force is applied on it. Have you not seen a moving ball on the ground stopping after some time? Why do we slip when we step on a banana peel? Why is it so difficult to walk on a smooth and wet floor? You will find the answer to such questions in this chapter.
Let's perform an activity. Gently push a book on a table. What do you observe? You observe that it stops after moving some distance. Now repeat this activity by pushing the book from opposite direction. Does the book stop again?
You saw that if you apply the force along the left, friction acts along the right. If we apply the force along the right, the friction acts along the left direction. In both cases, the force opposes the motion of the book. The force of friction always opposes the applied force. The force of friction acts between the surface of the book and the surface of the table. This force is called the force of friction. Is the friction the same for all the surfaces? Does it depend on the smoothness of the surfaces? Let us find out.
Factors affecting friction. Now there are two important factors which affect the friction. Smoothness of surfaces in contact. It plays an important role for friction. Now create an inclined slope on a table and mark a point somewhere on it. Now from this point, let a pencil move down. You will see that it reaches a particular point and then stops. Next, take a cloth right under the slope and leave the pencil from the same point as before. What do you notice? You will see that the distance covered by the object is lesser in the second case. And you probably know why. The surface on which the object rolled was rougher in second case. And clearly, the force of friction was more.
Friction is caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces in contact. Even those surfaces which appear very smooth have a large number of minute irregularities on them. Irregularities on the two surfaces lock into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply a force to overcome interlocking. On rough surface, there are a larger number of irregularities. So the force of friction is greater if a rough surface is involved. But why the friction is higher on the rough surface? It's because rougher the surface, more will be irregularities. And if the irregularities are more, then more force will be required to overcome them. So the first factor affecting the friction is the nature of surfaces. Is there any other factor? Let us see. Let's say there are two bricks on a table. One weighs 5 kg and other weighs 2 kg. Now what happens when you apply equal force on them? Which brick do you think will move fast? You will notice that the lighter brick covered more distance than the heavier one. What does this tell us? It tells us that friction also depends on the force with which the two surfaces are pressed together. If the two surfaces are pressed harder, the friction will be more. Why is that? Because of second brick's greater weight, it presses on the table with greater force. Since its surface and the table surfaces are pressed together, harder the interlocking between the irregularities is more, and this results in more friction. You can experience it by dragging a mat when nobody is sitting on it and when a person is sitting on it.
So dear students, in this chapter we have discussed about force of friction and factors affecting friction. With the help of an activity and examples, we have learned force of friction and factors affecting friction. So dear students, I have attached the URL video and notes to the classroom. As you know, there will be a test paper related to this topic, so please attend the test paper and post it. See you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye.